Here's an image of me. It's pretty nice, and I could post it, but it's not perfect yet. I could take away my dark circles, maybe some acne here and there. I could even change the lighting and smooth out my skin. There. Now it's postable. You see, we live in this society where we have the power to manipulate various aspects of our lives in order to fit a mold, a standard of perfection that society has placed on us by simply downloading a few apps or swiping a few times on a screen. The power of social media is built through this behavior, affecting the mental health of an increasingly younger age group. Why can't I have a thigh gap? Or, it's not fair. She has no acne or stretch marks, were everyday thoughts my 11-year-old self would obsess over. I spent hours staring at myself in the mirror and crying because no matter how many salads I ate or miles I ran, I could never be as perfect as the people I saw on Instagram. I genuinely hated myself at just 11 years old. I spent the precious years of my childhood and preteens obsessing over my body and feeling inferior to these grown models. I starved myself and over-exercised until my body couldn't function anymore. I lost my period, my hair started falling out, and my kidney and heart functions began to shut down. At my lowest point, I was afraid to drink water because I forgot what it felt like to feel full. And at just 13, I was admitted into Stanford's comprehensive care program for anorexia. My life was being taken away before my own eyes. I was taken out of school. I was jumping in and out of therapy sessions and eating disorder units. But why was I doing this to myself? And for who? Now, I've come a long way from that point in my life, but it worries me when I see an increase in this kind of compare and despair behavior among young girls and boys. It frightens me when my 12-year-old cousin shows me Kylie Jenner's Instagram and complains about how her body could never look that way. And my friends critique their unique features because it doesn't fit in with the new trend going around in the digital world. For example, over the past few years, influencers have begun to use face editing apps to enlarge their lips. Many even went out and got lip fillers done without informing their audience. Consequently, the average age of young girls getting this kind of procedure done has decreased, while the prevalence of this kind of surgery has increased. According to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons and a report by the American Academy of Facial Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery, 64,000 patients in 2014 were aged just 13 to 19. And 80% of the procedures were non-surgical, such as Botox and lip fillers. Doctors say that one of the biggest motives for patients was so that they could look better in selfies. The satin smooth skin, cut jawlines, and hourglass figures are nothing more than illusions. At the start of my talk, I showed you guys my edited picture, which was just small changes to my face and the lighting. But these apps have the power to completely change one's physique, which is exactly what brands, models, and influencers do in order to manipulate their audience through misleading products such as detox teas and waist trainers that are endorsed by celebrities such as the Kardashians, Amber Rose, and Blac Chyna. These celebrities swear by these products, and people really believe that they can look like their favorite influencers by simply drinking tea or wearing a corset. Guys, don't believe what you see. This is not the reality. What is real? These detox teas that claim to get your body snatched actually contain diuretic and laxative herbal ingredients that excessively make you go to the bathroom and lose water weight. This is incredibly dangerous to people's health, leading to dehydration and muscle loss. And then there's the waist trainer, which claims to strengthen the abdomen, although there is no scientific proof that it can do so. What it can do is damage internal organs and cause difficulty in breathing. Some of these endorsed products don't even sound realistic, like appetite-suppressing lollipops or meal replacement shakes. These celebrities and influencers have millions to spend on surgery, nutritionists, and personal trainers. They probably don't even use these products in their everyday lives, but for sure won't skip out on the endorsements, which specifically for the Kardashians make up 25% of their income. Think about it. Why would Kim take any time out of her day to look up the effects of the product she's promoting when she can earn up to $500,000 by simply tapping on her screen and posting one Instagram ad about a bag of tea? Additionally, brands such as Brandy Melville that use their social media platforms to promote a one-size-fits-all clothing to a teen girl audience have also become increasingly popular. The truth is, their models have an average waistline of 25 inches, which is a dress size of about 0 to 2, while in the US, the average 16-year-old girl has an average waistline of 31 inches, which is a dress size of about 8 to 10. Unfortunately, a negative and unhealthy body image causes a sense of inferiority and envy, leading to an increase in mental health disorders. In 2018, the Centers for Disease Control issued some statistics about student anxiety and depression. Teens are more lonely, anxious, and depressed than ever. A third of those teens surveyed by the CDC said that they'd felt persistent sadness and hopelessness. This depressive behavior causes people to withdraw from reality and turn to social media to find some kind of connection. But there, all they see is these influencers smiling and living life to the fullest without realizing that their lives could be the complete opposite. Another study, out of the University of Pittsburgh, for example, found a correlation between time spent scrolling through social media apps and negative body image feedback. Those who had spent more time on social media were twice as more likely to report concerns over eating and body image issues. Those teens were also more likely to show symptoms of depression. This obsession we have with social media's fantasies is only going to get worse because it is so easily accessible. But this issue can be preventable. You can track the amount of time you spend on social media by going to your phone, going to settings, and scrolling down, where you can track the specific amount of time you spend on a specific application. Typically, the most used apps are social media, and you'd be surprised how much time you actually spend in the digital world. By analyzing your stats, you can consider how much time is wasted, for example, looking through a model's Instagram, which ultimately just made you feel inferior and isolated. This is preoccupying our everyday lives to the point where we have to consider whether or not we look up to these influencers in order to become better versions of ourselves or to become like someone else. But that is an issue that can easily be encountered. It's as simple as not checking your phone upon waking up or while you're eating dinner with family and friends. Push yourself to go into the real world and experience the unfiltered realities that others live in. Personally, I found that I was spending so much time in the digital world that I forgot what an unedited life looks like. I noticed it damaging my self-confidence and sociability, so I took the initiative to go to my local food bank and to volunteer at my local food bank and hospital. to connect with reality. And the acceptance and knowledge that I gained from those experiences are incomparable to any amount of feeling that I could receive from Instagram likes. Instead of seeing the perfect people I was seeing online, I saw real people with real flaws. And every day I interacted with those people, the beauty and individuality of those flaws became more apparent. For others, connecting with people in your consciousness could be playing a sport or attending an art class. But focus on the freeing feelings you get when you connect with reality. We live in a privileged community where we have access to all of these tools. So take advantage of those opportunities. However, it's different for all of us because we all have different realities. But being different does not make you deficient. Unfortunately, we focus so much negative energy on turning those differences into judgment. Let's turn that negativity into compassion and kindness, which has been scientifically proven to influence the neural circuits that are involved in our brain's chemical highs. This releases dopamine and serotonin, resulting in an enhancement of one's mental health. Kindness can literally get you high. Now, throughout my talk, I threw around the word perfection a lot. But what is perfection? If you did a quick Google search, it would say the state of being without flaws. But I believe it's the complete opposite. Perfection is when you are aware and accepting of your own flaws. And it's different for every one of you because all of you have unique traits that set you apart from the person sitting next to you. Embrace those traits. Let's help build that confidence instead of tearing each other down. And I can guarantee that when we stop obsessing over false perfection, we will automatically find perfection within ourselves. Thank you.